Page 26, for he's a jolly good fellow. They're introducing 2 new symbols and stuff or something. As if you haven't had enough already. More to memorize, okay. The first one is the fermata sign. It's a dot with a little half circle above or below it. Don't care where the half circle is. The point is it's a dot and a half circle. And that means you're going to hold it out longer than its value. I don't know how much longer. It's a feel thing. It's how long do you think it ought to be held. How much do you, musically, if you're getting into the music, how long are you going to hold it? When I'm playing with a metronome, I just double the value because I got to stay with the metronome. So I'm always going to say there's fermata there, so I'm doubling the value or some such thing. If you look at the third line in the second measure, with the right hand you have that A with the fermata above it. Okay? It's a half note A. So you just hold the A out longer than normal, and then when you think you've had enough, you go on. But when I'm with a metronome, A gets 2 counts in 3/4 time, therefore I'm going to hold that for 4 counts and then we'll go on. That way you know how long I'm going to hold it so you can stay with me. And that's really all a fermata does. Now, the DC al fine, and it is fine, not fine, this is Italian now, means, you see at the bottom, DC al fine? DC means go back to the beginning. No, DC means there is a DS al fine. DS is something else. DC means go back to the beginning. Al fine means go to fine. So what DC al fine means is like a repeat sign. Go back to the beginning, only you just go to fine and stop. Fine is at the end in this piece, end of the third line. You'll see the word fine above the staff there. It means the end. So basically we're going to play all 4 lines once and then we're going to go back and play the first 3 lines again. Isn't that wonderful? However, there's a repeat sign at the end of the last line, and this is where I have to adjust the meaning of repeat signs. In the past we say the repeat sign means go back to the beginning and play it again. Well, sort of. If you look at the beginning of the last line, there is a reverse repeat sign. That is a repeat sign facing the other direction. When you have one of these, that interrupts it, that stops it. You can't go back to the beginning if that's there, okay? It's like a block. You want to go back to the beginning, you run into that and you stop. You can't go any further. So on a repeat sign, you go back to the beginning unless there's a reverse repeat sign. Or you go back to the reverse repeat sign, and if there isn't one, you go all the way back to the beginning. And that's really what a repeat sign means. That you can just remember that part, you'll be okay. So we are actually going to play the last line twice. So now we're going to play all 4 lines, then we're going to play the last line again, then we're going to go back and play the first 3 lines again. There's quite a road map here going on, but this is quite normal in music. I mean, they don't really want to have to print out all these notes. If they're identical, why bother? So they put in repeat signs and the DC al fine and blah, blah, blah. Saves space, saves money. It's just okay. It's done. Now, there's a little bit of trickiness going on here I want to point out. At the beginning of the third line, okay, in the right hand, you're in C position. You're playing the F with the 4th finger. Well, in the second measure, you got to reach the little finger up to get the A. Now, in a lot of cases, you're not going to change hand position. You're going to keep that. All you did is move the little finger, okay? However, in this piece, you change hand positions. You do. So once you do this, once you play that note, you go ahead and move the rest of the fingers up. So it's here, like so. It's kind of fun, actually. So now we're in a D position. D's the bottom note. Then when you get over to the 4th measure, you're playing the F with the 3rd finger because you're in D position. Then when you go to play the D, the quarter note D, you're going to do that with the 2nd finger. You're going to reach down with the 2nd finger and play it so you can play the C with the thumb. And that moves you back to C position. See, a lot of times in piano we move the hands around by this very method. We just change how the fingers or where the fingers are reaching is like a spider crawling around. It's just, yeah. Then once you do that, you can actually move the hand down. Once you played the D, you can move it down, or you can leave it there and wait till you play the C and then move it down. It's up to you how you do it, but eventually it'll be automatic. You won't even think about it, you'll just do it. Really, you will. Now in the fourth line, because you're in C position, look at that. They've actually circled the finger number for you to indicate, look out. Normally they don't circle finger numbers, okay? They're just doing it in this method book to help you out. They're telling you to use the second finger on the E, because in C position the third finger's on the E. So they're telling you, go back up here and here. Use second finger. The reason is because we've got to go back into D position for that line. Okay? Then at the end of the line, you're going to repeat it. Well, you're already in D position, so you're not a problem. But then after you repeat it, you got to DC, go back to the beginning. Well, now you got to go back to C position. Well, you have a rest at the end of the last line. A rest where you're not doing nothing. So you simply take advantage of that one beat rest and you move your hand down one key, the whole hand. It's easy to do. Now you could leave it there and reach down and play the C at the beginning there and then move the hand. But I'm trying to get you to get the idea that there are times when you want to move the whole hand, and we're only moving one key, and try and do it without looking at the keyboard. You want to develop a feel for going up or down one key. It's good practice to develop this now, so later on you're a little better off, in better shape. This is in 3/4 time. I'm going to count to 3, and it has a pickup beat, so I'm going to give us 3 plus 2, and then we're going to start. So we're starting in C position here. Let's try this out. Now, there's no phrases in this. There are ties in it. In the left hand, you got chords tied, so make sure you tie them together. Don't play it the second time. And bring out the melody, right? Okay. Sing it if you want to. I don't care. I can't hear you. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. 1, 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Three, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, tie, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, rest. 2, 3, rest. 2. 2, 3. 2. 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, off.